Hello viewers, I'm Dr. Farhad here, joining you from Philadelphia. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel, Wellu Life. It is a resource to bring wellness within your reach. So subscribe for weekly updates on your physical, mental, and emotional wellness. Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the role of nutrition and prevention of depression. Studies have identified that caffeine and sugars have a direct effect on development of depression. Studies have found out that there is a direct relationship of consuming a lot of sugar, simple sugar, and development of depression. An intake of any type of sugar that could be coming from sources such as processed food or carbonated soda drinks, their increased intake is directly related to development of major depression disorders. These studies have actually looked at the dietary pattern of people who actually consume more sucrose, a form of dietary sugar, and compared them with the general population and found out that high consumption of sucrose is directly related to development of depression. A small cohort of study, like a small group of people, that when they were studied, they found out that if you eliminate their sucrose from their diet, actually they will start feeling better. Their depression scores went down, and the improvement was seen within 1 week. This remarkable difference is actually not even sometimes achieved with medications. And when these patients were put back on the high sugar sucrose diet, their depression came back. And this did not happen if you gave them a placebo, meaning a drug without any active ingredient or sugar in it. So second, the researchers have identified is excessive amount of caffeine. So too much Joe may not be good for you. Regular high levels of consumption of caffeine, which is 750 milligram identified in clinical trials, is actually harmful for you and increases the risk of depression. If you ask me how much one average 8-ounce cup of coffee contains, about 95. So this amounts to be about 8 to 9 cups of coffee a day. But studies have found out that actually smaller amount of caffeine might be helpful for you. Again, and clinical studies have also found out that actually use of tea in Finland was found to be better and had an inverse relationship with depression. If you drink more tea, you have less depression. Okay, now let's talk about dietary patterns, how people consume diet, and that habit. That could be a cultural habit, a regional habit, and how it affects our risk of depression. So this study looked at women consuming traditional diets, which was rich in vegetable, fruits, beef, lamb, fish, and whole grains in a region in Australia. They found out that these women had 35% reduced chances of getting depression or dysthymia, meaning a mood which is always low, feeling down and worried or depressed. When they compared these women who had this great food intake compared to people who only had a Western style diet, women with those diet with more fried food, refined food, processed food, they had a significantly higher risk of depression. So your food pattern actually can protect you from developing depression. Risks are always there, and these studies, they compared the risk factors for people who tend to certain risk factors such as socioeconomic status, poor education, less physical activity, increased alcohol intake, smoking, and too much consumption of calories. They are risk factors for development of depression. Studies have looked at regions of the world which consume more Mediterranean dietary pattern and increased risk of intake of omega-3 have less risk of development of depression. And that omega-3 could be coming from fish or monosaturated fatty acids such as olive oil. And these Mediterranean diets also have 2 other ingredients which are useful for prevention of depression, which include folate and other B vitamins. And these diets usually contain foods such as legumes, fruits and nuts and vegetables, and they demonstrate that there is a significantly reduced risk of depression in those populations. Most of us know that Italian people have actually high rich in a Mediterranean diet and less risk of depression because they're always like jovial and feeling good. Another important topic is alcohol. So excessive alcohol is directly linked to development of depression. People have found out that there are many alcohol-related problems that lead to development of depression and other mental disorders, and these people tend to have worst outcomes. So although consumption of alcohol for a small period of time can increase your serotonin level and give you that feeling of euphoria, long-term excessive use of alcohol is linked to decreased levels of serotonin and catecholamines that actually are the neurotransmitters that are linked to development of depression. So because of the safety and the potential health benefits in other areas and low cost of interventions such as avoiding alcohol, increasing omega-3 in your diet, following more Mediterranean style diet, it is beneficial for people to actually make slight changes in their diet to make them feel better.